So today I want to tell you about a book that I believe every woman needs on her bookshelf. Hi, my name's Christine L. Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women who are getting happy and growing into the very best versions of themselves. And no, I'm not talking about my book, Stitch Your Own Silver Linings, although I do believe you should have that on your shelf. This book is a book I've just read in 2 sittings. Well, let me tell you about it. As I say, it's a book that I really do believe you ought to have on your bookshelf. It's one of the most inspirational books I think I've read. And it's this book by Jamie Lee Kern, and it's called Believe It, How to Go From Underestimated to Unstoppable. Such a great title. But Jamie Kern Lima, you may know already, is the founder of It Cosmetics. Now, I bet all of you has something from It Cosmetics in your cosmetic armoury, so to speak, from the Bye Bye Pores to the foundations. Well, you know about It Cosmetics. And when you see Jamie Kern Lima now, you know she's probably one of the richest women in the world. She's very glam and, you see her with all the celebs and so on. And you see that side, but when you see that, you think, oh, she's clearly, whatever you might think. She's successful and she's this and she's that. And you see, but that's the final outcome, well, to this date. What you don't see is the path and what it took to actually get to where she is. All you see is the outcome of that and what she's doing today, or any other celebrity really. You don't get to see the path. Well, this book shares her journey. It's a rags to riches story, but it's not just any rags to riches story. It shares her story from being a struggling waitress to founding It Cosmetics, and then to selling her company for over $1 billion to L'Oreal Cosmetics, and then becoming the very first female CEO of a brand in L'Oreal's history. So it's a pretty amazing story in that sense. Now, what made me buy this book? Because obviously I read, as you know, personal development books. I wouldn't say I've read them all, but not far off. I heard Jamie Kern Lima speak, and I fell in love with her total authenticity and genuine humanness, shall we say. She's such a relatable person when she speaks. And also, the fact that she's donated over $1 million in product and funds to help women face the effects of cancer with confidence. Now, you know, or you may not know, I lost my mum, my sister, and in the last 18 months I lost my daughter at 31 to cancer. So I watched all 3 of those women go through treatment and what that did to their hair and their skin and how it really knocked their confidence. And so, of course, this is very dear to my heart. And that's really what made me want to hear more about her and want to read her story. Now, in addition to that, all the proceeds from this book, all the proceeds are going to charity. So, great reason to buy the book even before we start. Now, this book is inspirational from a business point of view. So if you're a younger woman and you're thinking you might like to start your own business, or even if you're not a younger woman and you're thinking you might want to start your own business, it's a fabulous book to read for that reason. But whatever age you are, it's an inspirational story. For me, it's about how she talks about things like the fact she learned that she was adopted only in her 20s, parents divorced. She speaks with such an open and raw, honest way. that you can really relate to the things she's saying. She's, that goes very personal and very deep into talking about some of the things that she had to deal with, from, as I say, being adopted to being bullied as a grown-up from other women, incidentally, from other women, and she talks at length about that. She talks about handling rejection. She talks about weight issues and her appearance and her insecurities around that. All things that we can relate to, But she also talks about using her strengths, such as persistence and determination, to beat the odds and to keep getting back up every time she was knocked down. And believe me, she was knocked down, not just once, twice, 3 times, continually. And according to her, still today, is still being knocked down. But she talks about how she manages to deal with that and what she's learned and how she manages to stay positive. So altogether, it has to be one of the most inspirational books I have read, and I want you to buy it. So if you're in the UK, you can get the Kindle version now, or you can wait until pre-order it. It's out on the 18th of March. But in the US, you can buy the book now. And as I say, all the proceeds from the sales of that book are going to charities. I do hope you read it. I really want you to have it on your shelf. You can keep referring to it every time you start to feel self-doubt in any way. And I want it to help you along with all of my videos whilst Happy Stuff and Fluff goes off air for a while. That's an announcement I want to make. But part of what I have been doing recently is managing YouTube videos for others from behind the scenes, if you will. And one that I want to give a shout out to is a YouTube channel called The Kitchen Design Experts. Now this channel, I'm giving it a shout out, this channel, a shameless shout out, is about everything you need to know about, even when you just think, oh, I think I might like a new kitchen. Okay, everything from that step right to installing your dream kitchen, dream bedroom, or office furniture. They cover all these 3 things and everything in between, including product reviews of all the things you're likely to be thinking about buying. They've had 40 years experience. Even if you're not, look at this, even if you are not interested in, at the moment, you may know someone who is, recommend this channel to them. How can you imagine that I might keep these people in control to be able to deliver YouTube videos? It isn't easy. But it's been great fun. And yes, of course, it is Mr. Kitchen. It's Mr. Kitchen and it's my son Josh, who are now a few months into their YouTube channel. And it's going great. But I want you to pop over there, subscribe to them. I think you'll find that interesting. Okay, so yeah, speaking of YouTube, Happy Stuff and Fluff is going off air. Not forever, but for a short while. I will be back, and you will see me in the Kitchen Design Experts videos, talking about well-being and design. I've always been interested in interior design and well-being and how those 2 things go together. But especially since COVID, and in the UK, we've pretty much been locked down for 12 months. So we're all spending a lot more time at home, and I think it's becoming more important. And as I said to you, having to deal with losing my mum, my sister, and my daughter, one of the places where I was able to come and feel cocooned from all of that is home. And designed my home in a way such as I felt it was a sanctuary when I came in. And so I'm developing those kind of thoughts, and we are putting them into practice in a lot of the things that are happening over with Mr. Kitchen. So I'm very much interested in that. Now, I have lots in the pipeline. I am coming back. I will be bigger, better and brighter. But until then, like I was saying to you just then, I think I've probably only missed in the last 3 years 3 weeks of videos. So you have all of those videos once a week. And if you go to the Happy Stuff and Fluff channel homepage, you can see playlists at the top. Hit playlists, and they're all categorized depending on what you might be needing or what you might be feeling that you need some inspiration for, or you might need a little bit of a lift. Come to the channel, go to the playlists, and just choose one that might help you in the moment whilst I'm not here for you on YouTube. You have that as a resource tool forevermore, really. But as I say, I will be back, and in the meantime you can do that. But in order to keep in touch with me, one of the best things to do, because you will be able to join in the conversation with me still on my blog and also on Facebook video. That's either recorded video or lives. I will be doing Facebook lives where you can talk to me in real time. And so the best way to stay informed about what's happening and when I'm coming back to YouTube is to join the newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter, and quite literally, it's a newsletter about resources for you and about things that I'm doing, when the new blogs come out, what they're about, when I'm going to be going live, all of those things you would be informed by email once a week. I hope you, if you're not already, subscribe to the newsletter. That would be great, so I can stay in touch with you that way. And in the meantime, stay safe. There is light at the end of the tunnel. I've had my coronavirus jab, which didn't hurt, and I had no side effects from. We've had the first one, and I think I'm due the next one possibly sometime in May, and hopefully that's going to help us all. We're slowly coming out of lockdown in the UK, and let's hope that we can kick this thing into touch and start to live our lives more to the full again. So there is one more video coming out next week. I was asked to do my morning routine. I've done that, but that's coming out next week. So you'll get to see that next week. But after that, then it'll be a few weeks before you see me again on YouTube. And as I say, until then, please stay safe. Remember that you are getting happy and growing into the very best version of yourselves. The 3 things to do. Buy Jamie's book. Subscribe to the Kitchen Design Experts and subscribe to my newsletter. And then I'll see you soon.